Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Hosea, chapter 3, verse 1 through chapter 4, verse 9. The Lord says to the prophet, hey, why don't you go woo that unfaithful, uncommitted wife of yours? Go show her some love, the same kind of love that I show to my bride, Israel, who is unfaithful to me, that loves other gods, that loves to have their belly filled with cakes, right? Worships their own belly. And Hosea complains in verse 2, I had to spend a bunch of money to buy her back, to pay a contract for her. And that's exactly what the Lord does, right? He expends a price for his people. Jesus Christ bought us back at a price. As Paul says, you're not your own, you were purchased at a price. And so we go on, and Hosea says to his wife, now I'll tell you what, I'm not going to go prostituting myself anymore, and you won't go prostituting yourself. We got a deal, right? And then the Lord says, these people, these Israelites, one day they're going to lose their king, their political order, and not only that, all the trappings of their religious life, all the shenanigans of the religious life are going to go away. And finally, in that day, they're going to seek me, the Lord, and they're going to seek the David, their king. Well, David's not around, so what is this talking about? The Messiah. They're going to seek the promised Davidic king, and they're going to seek the blessings of the Lord, the gospel. And so, picking up chapter 4, verse 1, hear the word of the Lord. Hear this word that accuses and charges Israel for their infidelity, for their adultery, for their unfaithfulness to God. He says, you have no faithfulness, there's no knowing of me, no relationship with me, and you have no love, you have no servanthood, no friendship. Instead, all the boundaries that protect us from sin have been broken down. And instead, there's stealing and adultery and lying. Murder follows after murder. I mean, there's just a wave of crime happening amongst the people. And so we get to verse 3, and it talks about how the land is dried up and all the animals are struggling. I mean, this is an image of an ecological degradation, an environmental crisis, because sin has caused this problem in the world. Verse 4, he says, the people themselves are saying, don't let anyone bring any charge. We don't want to hear anyone judging us and telling us we're not living in a way that's good to God. They don't want to be triggered, right? Don't trigger us. And so the Lord and the priests won't speak the law to them. And so the Lord says, you people stumble day and night, and your prophets stumble right along with you, because they too are buying into this deception. And so I'm going to destroy your mother. Remember that the mother is the bride of God. It is Israel. It is the church. And so she's unfaithful, and so she's going to be destroyed. It says, and picking up in verse 6, you have rejected knowledge. You have rejected praising me. And my priests have done this. And because you've ignored the law, the preaching of the law and the gospel, you guys are off on the wrong foot. And so the Lord rejects their false teaching. And even though you have more priests than you know what to do with, you've sinned against me. You've exchanged the truth of the glorious God for the lies and deceptions of the false idols. Thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.